Hi, I'm Jennie Klein, Independent Gold Ambassador for Plexus Worldwide. Today I want to share with you some tips on how to hold your best Plexus Sip and See event. You see, people love to come to these events when they know there isn't going to be a sales pitch, no hype, no pressure, only info. I like to be sure to include on the invitation, leave your wallet at home, no purchase necessary. Now, I will say we've had the best success holding these events at restaurants because of the wonderful atmosphere. People are relaxed in restaurants. When I do host it at a restaurant, I purchase a drink for each guest. They can come enjoy a beverage while they're learning about Plexus. I do let them know if they'd like to purchase dinner, that would be on their own expense. But I wanted to give you some tips because a lot of effort goes into these events and you want to make sure that your efforts pay off. First, let's talk about inviting people. Yes, you should make a Facebook event. Yes, you should post on your wall, but that's just not going to cut it if that's all you do. You need to personally reach out to people with an invitation. Text them, call them, instant message them on Facebook. But again, it's got to sound like a heartfelt, casual invitation. Nothing salesy. I like to say something like this. Susie, you're invited Thursday night, 7 p.m., Louie's Cafeteria. Come learn more about Plexus. I'd love to see you feel better from the inside out. No hype, no pressure, door prizes. I'll buy you a drink. No wallet necessary unless you'd like to get dinner. When people realize that they're walking into a casual atmosphere, trust me, they're more likely to attend. But you can't just invite them once. Initially, invite them. You choose the method. And then about 2 days before the event, remind them. So excited to see you Friday night for the Plexus Sip and See. Really hope you can join us. Then the day of the event, I like to check in with them. Susie, just checking in. Does your schedule allow for you to join us tonight? Now, I will say each time that I'm sending these invitations, I prefer text and Facebook instant message. I'm also including some kind of image with it so that they get an understanding of what all Plexus can help them with. Images that contain broad generalizations of different symptoms that they can be helped with. Remember, Plexus is not all about weight loss. So once you're at the event, yay, your guests are there, I'm going to tell you about the format that I think works the best. I live in the Rio Grande Valley of Deep South Texas. In our culture, nobody likes to show up anywhere on time, and nobody likes to show up if they feel like there's going to be a formal presentation. I prefer to set up a come and go format, usually over a 2-hour period. That way guests can come as they're getting off of work. They don't feel like they're running late or going to miss part of it and decide not to come just because they're late. So I keep it very conversational. If you're on Jennie Klein's Plexus Power Team, all of the tools and tips that I'm about to mention are on our team page for your easy access. So when they arrive, I thank them for coming and I let them know that there's no script. They will learn about what they're interested in learning about. So first and foremost, I give them a little health survey to fill out. And you can find that on our Jennie Klein Plexus Power Team page. But it's just a little survey, asks for their name, contact information, and they can check off the things that they're needing help with. Things like blood sugar, brain fog, chronic fatigue, joint pain, inflammation. That lets me guide them to the products that'll best help them. So usually the first few minutes we're all just mixing, mingling, chatting, seeing how many people are going to come in the first little bit. And if there are other ambassadors there who have joined me, we each take about 30 seconds to talk about our favorite products and what they've done for us. Now, ladies, I know you love Plexus, but you've got to keep it short. When you're long-winded about the products and what they've done for you and your aunt and your uncle and your son and your daughter, people just get overwhelmed with information and they zone out. So seriously, keep it short and simple. The shorter, the better. So depending on how many ambassadors are there, we'll each share just a little bit. If you only got yourself, just share your story. Don't feel like you have to have a ton of testimonials for people to listen to. So once the testimonials have been shared, if I'm in a quiet setting and I have access to Wi-Fi, I show our Plexus product video that is found on the Plexus Worldwide YouTube channel. If I'm somewhere where there isn't Wi-Fi, I personally share about the products. Now, I do encourage you, save your extra bottles your empty bottles so that when you're chatting about the products, it's easier for your guests to see them and to visualize what they themselves would be taking. Remember, this is all new information to them. We don't want them to feel confused or overwhelmed or information overload. If they're confused or overwhelmed, they're not going to make a decision. So I personally explain the triplex combo. The triplex combo consists of our Plexus Slim Pink Drink, the BioCleanse capsules, and the ProBio 5 capsules. This triplex combo helps so many people with so many different issues. I really believe most everybody does need to start with the triplex combo. Now, when I'm talking about the cost of Plexus, I want to first defer any objections for people thinking that it might be expensive. So I want to answer all those objections in a very casual, conversational way. I put myself in their shoes. What would they be thinking at this moment? So maybe I'll say something like this. I'm sure you're wondering, how much does this cost? Well, I thought the same thing before I started taking Plexus. And you know what I found? It only costs about $4.50 a day to enjoy the triplex combo. And I know I personally used to spend more than that every day going through the drive-thru to get my Dr. Pepper. You see, I used to drink Dr. Pepper all day long. I'd get the big one at lunch, the big one at dinner, and have a snack sometime in between that included that as well. And I decided, I took a leap of faith, that if I'd take my Dr. Pepper money and I'd spend it on Plexus products instead, that I wanted to see if I could improve my health, and I did. And then I go into the benefits that I'm feeling, and I encourage them to do the same. So if you can answer that objection before they bring it up, that'll help in their mind solidify that yes, they should try Plexus products. Now let's talk about the sampling portion of the event. You'll want to go to the dollar store and get yourself some little shot glasses. And of course, bring a stick of Plexus Slim and a water bottle. One stick, one water bottle will serve about 20-25 guests. So you don't need to make up a whole lot ahead of time. So they each get a little taste of the Plexus Slim, which is always exciting. People like that. And then of course, I open it up for questions, and I'm real with people. Again, I put myself in their shoes. What would I want to know if I was going to an event? And again, it's very casual, chit chat, no hype, no pressure. Now make sure you're equipped with the tools, that you have them with you to answer the questions that'll come up. People are going to want to know about the cost of the different supplements. I personally think it's confusing to flip through the catalog that is available in our back office to try to share pricing with them. So I have a homemade tool that I think works really well. Again, this is found in the files section of our Jennie Klein Plexus Power Team page. This is a homemade worksheet that lists all the combos, all the products, and compares the retail price versus the preferred price. So they can see at a glance what the supplements cost them. Now I do give each guest one of these worksheets, and I just put a little arrow next to the supplements that I'm recommending to them. And I say, here's a great visual. This is a homemade worksheet just to help you see the costs of the different supplements that are available to you. I then go into the explanation of the 60-day money-back guarantee, and that all they need to promise me is that they're going to take their supplements faithfully for 60 days as I coach them, and they're also going to commit to drinking their water. That's all they have to promise me. But at the end of those 60 days, if they're not feeling better, if they don't notice a benefit, they have the peace of mind of knowing they can get every dollar back. And I just leave the worksheets there, ask if there are any more questions, and if not, then we just go back to chit-chatting about anything. Their daughter's ballet recital, softball games coming up. I literally do not follow through with a call to action at that point, because I have assured them before the event that there will not be any sales pitch, there will not be any pressure to order. Now I will say this, as you're sitting around the table, just chit-chatting with people, remember this works best in a restaurant. Couple minutes will pass by and maybe they will think of a new question and they'll ask you. But it's just very natural and very conversational. Now, some people will say, you know what, I do want to go ahead and order tonight. And then I help them fill out the worksheet. And then after the event, I enter that order for them on my website as if I was them, the customer. Some people are not online shoppers. They do not like to order online. So I'll offer that service for them. But for the people who are just like, hey, thanks for the info, I'm so glad I could come, I wish them well and thank them for coming. And then I follow up with them after the event, a couple days later. Did we get all your questions answered? I'd love your honest opinion. What are you thinking? And we just start a conversation. But I never put pressure on anyone to place an order. I know I don't like to feel like I'm part of somebody's sales quota or that I'm trying to be manipulated into a sale. And I don't want that for any of my guests either. So I just keep the conversation going. When they're ready, they'll order. Now, after the event, it's important for you to keep the excitement going on Facebook and thank everybody for coming out. Whether you had 1 guest or 10 guests, you need to post, "Many thanks to everyone who came out to my Plexus Sip and See event. It was my pleasure to share with you just how easy it is to allow Plexus to gently heal and restore you from the inside out. We had such a great time." So yes, that serves as both a thank you and it also serves as a little mini commercial for you. Go ahead and tag the guests who were there at the event, because then that notification will show up on their Facebook wall and all of their friends will see it as well. I do hope these event tips have helped you. I'll be excited to hear what events you've planned, what you've got coming up. Let me know how they're going for you. And you'll be amazed at how many people are just leaving those events encouraged. People who maybe thought they'd be dealing with chronic pain for the rest of their lives, or dealing with fatigue, or just the number of health issues. It's just amazing, everything that Plexus can help with. So give me your feedback. I'd love to hear what's working for you. Thanks for watching. This is Jennie Klein, Independent Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.